World. So this album is Iron Maiden's first album to be released in the 2000s and the 21st century. In the very beginning, in the year 2000, the year in which Y2K was supposed to occur, and the world as we know it would be no more. But instead, we got a brand new Iron Maiden album and the return of Adrian Smith off to the left right there he is, and Bruce Dickinson. Of course, Bruce Dickinson was off making a very good solo career, releasing albums such as Balls to Picasso right here, Accident of Birth, and Chemical Wedding. Now that Bruce Dickinson has returned to the band, he would release only one more solo album, like ever since his reunion with Iron Maiden, and that would be Tyranny of Souls, which would come out just a little bit before Matter of Life and Death, which I'll get to in the next couple of videos. But anyway, we're here to talk about Brave New World and the return of the almighty Bruce Dickinson and Adrian Smith, of course. And I think I forgot to mention that this is basically the return of Derek Riggs to the album artwork. I guess everything down here is based on a concept by Derek Riggs, but the top right here with Eddie as a formation in the clouds, that is all done by Derek Riggs, the classic producer of album artworks such as these right here. The man who produced album covers like Killers, Number of the Beast, and Peace of Mind would go and make the top half of this album right here. Unfortunately, it would be the only time we would actually see any more artwork from Derek Riggs ever again. Still, it was a nice, brief little return from him. And not to worry, it's not just the album artwork that's good. The rest of the album is very, very strong. In fact, again, this is another one of my top 5 favorite Iron Maiden albums, and it's most certainly my favorite of the 2000s so far. Many people would probably think this is, oh, it's too new to be classic, but, you know, like 10 years after the release of albums such as Peace of Mind and Number of the Beast, we were already considering those albums classics, so why can't we consider this to be a classic album? It's been 13 years, I think it deserves classic, like, legendary status. So, yeah, there's plenty of awesome songs on here. Let me go through the track listing real quick. The Wicker Man is a very, very solid opener. Definitely gets this album off on a right start. Ghost of the Navigator is a very... I really, really enjoy this song. I really enjoy the Seaworthy theme. The lyrics are great. The introduction is all nice and sea chanty. It's got very nice, clean guitars, and yeah, I really love the melodies on this one. Brave New World, again, the intro is like hypnotizing, and the lyrics are really good too. There's actually like a little bit of a reference back to, I wonder if this was intentional or not. I remember in the song Stranger in a Strange Land, Bruce Dickinson was like, a brave new world, a brave new world. I wonder if they were referring back to that with this album and song. That's pretty interesting. Maybe that was unintentional, but I don't know, it's kind of interesting to note that. But yeah, a very good song. Yeah, I really love it. Blood Brothers is probably one of my favorite Iron Maiden songs, period. The lyrics are beautiful. I love the I love the counterpoint melodies, or whatever you call those, the very classical sort of melodies. It's a very elegant song, and it's a very beautiful one. The Mercenary, I love this more than The Wicker Man. I think The Wicker Man probably served as a better, like, opening song, like, you know, like an introduction to the album, but I think The Mercenary is basically along the same lines as The Wicker Man, but I actually really like this one more. I love the chorus to this one. The riffs are definitely really killer, and Bruce Dickinson sounds amazing. But yeah, I think The Wicker Man serves as a better like introduction track, but I think Mercenary may be the better song. It's a very underrated little track. Dream of Mirrors. It's a mostly a very soft song most of the time. It's a pretty quiet, and, or not exactly quiet, not like X Factor quiet or anything like that, but just like, pretty soft for most of the time until it gets to the choruses, and then it builds up to like the very fast-paced outro. Again, this is a really underrated song, but it's very good. It's the longest song on the album, I believe. Yep, 9 minutes 21 seconds. Very good stuff. Fallen Angel is it's pretty decent. I think it's the weakest song on the album personally, but I still like it enough. It's better than Angel and the Gambler, if take that for what it's worth. But yeah, Fallen Angel, it's definitely got some heavy riffs. It's still a very enjoyable song. I really like it. The Nomad, I love the very like Oriental, like Middle Eastern styled melodies in this song, and Bruce Dickinson when he sings the chorus, which I believe goes a little something like this. Yeah, that is probably one of the best performances I've heard from Bruce Dickinson ever. I love that chorus to death. Yeah, I think he definitely puts a lot of passion in that performance. It really takes you off your feet. Yeah, love that part of the song. I love the entire song overall. This little quiet part that is in the middle, it builds up like back into like the main melody of the song, the main like riff. Yeah, again, that is a very haunting little part, and I think they include like strings or something in there. I think they include strings or maybe trumpets of some sort. They definitely use some more symphonic instruments in that part of the song, and it's definitely one of the more captivating like parts of the album. Yeah, again, I love that. It's just a really, really good song. And after that, it actually flows right into Out of the Silent Planet, which for a while I thought was pretty decent, but like with repeated listens, I'm actually loving it like more and more than I did before. I think there's a lot of really good stuff about it. The intro, yeah, I've loved that from the very start. The Out of the Silent Planet, out of the silent planet we are. That intro part there, I just love the acoustic chords that are playing like in the background, and Bruce's vocals on top of it. They definitely provide a lot of atmosphere to what you're about to hear, and yeah, again, really, really good song. Definitely very good. And the last song of the album is, again, one of my favorites, The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. When I first saw the song title, I thought it was going to be more of like, like a heavy metal, like cliche, sort of traditional heavy metal style, but, and it kind of does sort of start on that note a little bit, but it's played in a bit of a higher key, and it becomes like more of like a inspirational, more emotional song, so to speak. At first it starts to sound like, like a traditional heavy metal song, but like later on you'll see there's a bit more emotion and inspiration packed into it. You hear the lines, I will hope, my soul will fly, so I will live forever. And you hear Bruce sing that like with a lot of passion and all that. Whenever I read those lyrics, they kind of remind me of of a more divine, like, inspirational presence, such as like Jesus. And this song's definitely not pertaining to anything having to do with religion whatsoever, but like some of the nuances in the lyrics, I think you could definitely apply this song to some sort of spiritual or religious context. As you could see, the lyrics get a lot more, like, I would say, like, higher. The notes are a bit more, like, more uplifting, if you will. Especially towards the end when the guitars become less heavy and the guitars start to um, let me play this part right here. Sound like that. Thank you. That's a good thing that the music was able to explain things for me. And like I said, yeah, this is one of my favorites on the album. It's a very powerful song. It has one of Bruce Dickinson's most powerful performances at the very end, and well, throughout, but like especially towards the end, he just sounds beautiful. But anyway, I think I'm talking way too long about this song, but this is just one of the major highlights of the album. But anyway, yeah, Brave New World, the comeback album for Iron Maiden after the mediocrity of Virtual 11 and arguably the X Factor, which I loved. But anyway, this is definitely a really good return to form for Iron Maiden, and they'll go on to make some very successful albums after that. So, yeah, this is just what the band needed to get back on their feet and just start fresh, start all fresh and new after the mediocrity of their last album, and do what the X Factor was originally pointing towards, and this time take it as their new direction. So, anyway, yeah, I think I'm talking way too much, and yeah, I'm rambling, but anyway, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for Dance of Death.